Yeah, so over here, what we have to do is that we have the factors over here. You're just going to find either we add or subtract them to make -2. Yeah, we have to choose the greater number the greater coefficient, so that the sign of that remains in the answer as well. So like uh, whichever number you choose should be the greater one which has the sign of the answer. All right. Now over here the 5 is greater than 3. So I chose 5 and put the minus sign with it so that in in 2t you have the minus sign. All right. So now you're just going to take common between this and we could take common between this and you're going to write that below that what's common between t square minus 5t, it's t, and then you're just going to fill the bracket, and then yeah, what's the common in 3t minus 15? It's 3, and t minus 5 is going to come exactly uh, in the bracket. And then, yeah, so what about the next question? This is the question over here. We found the factors over here. How did you find the factors? First, you multiply these both. Just 30, 30. Over here, now you're doing prime factorization. 15, 5, divided 30, 3, then 5, then 1. 5 over here will come and then 1 over here, right? So what are the factors? 2, 3, and 5. Now, again, the student should know that if you multiply 5 and 2, that is 10 multiplied by 3, all right? And 10 multiplied by 3 is a factor of 30, factor of 30, and we can use it now. Uh, which way should we put the minus sign? In 10 or 3? Definitely 10 because we need the minus sign in the answer as well. So we got this equation by writing that and just we took the common and then we wrote the final answer. We write that 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3 and x minus 5, that's our final answer. Alright, so that's it. Yeah, guys. So, basically, you write over here and this completes question. So let's continue to the next question. If you have any queries, you may ask me. Alright. So, over here, next question. First of all, in this sort of question, you just have to simplify them, all right? Now, a student might say, no, this is already made and break. Let's see, all right? Let's see if you're right or wrong. Because if this already made and break, then our answer should be different, all right? So, now, 3x squared plus 2x minus 2x minus 4, all right? Basically, this minus multiplies with the and multiplies the 4, all right? This basically changes the sign of changes the number, right? Now, take square plus 2x minus 2x minus 4. Now, let's simplify this. This is going to be 3x square minus 2 and plus 2. Yeah, that's going to cancel out each other, all right? So, let's cancel out this. 3x square minus 4. Now, what are you going to do? We're just going to leave this as it is, all right? So, like, 3 square minus 4. We can also do one more thing over here. We could leave this as it is if this was like a simplified question. Or you could suppose 3x square plus 0x minus 4. Okay. Now, 4 3s are 12. Alright, 4 3s are 12. So, if you just do factorization of 12, it's the same 3, 4. And if we plus minus them, the maximum answer you're going to get is 7, minimum answer you're going to get is 1. which we cannot solve. So that means that we have to apply quadratic formula over here. So that's simply, I don't know why solution just popped up. So this could be basically a factorizing question, diamond simplifying question. So simply in the simplifying question, you could just multiply all this, simplify it, cut this out, cut this out, and then just give this answer, right? So this is basically not a better big question. I don't know what it's called, right? Okay, now y square minus 3y minus 2. Yeah, so guys, whatever we do this question, do the same thing. We want to multiply these both together. Yes. So they want to multiply this and literally the pen will be. Guys, let me just restart that. Yeah, guys, so let's just go through this. We are just going to multiply to minus 2. What is the answer? It will be 4, right? So 4. What are the factors of 4? We only have two factors. Well, we have how many factors? We have four factors. What are the factors? The first factor is 1. 1 is factor of everyone, all right? And there's another factor. And another factor we have that is basically 1 and 4, all right? Now, how to get 3? Where is going to multiply 4, 1, 4 ones are 4, and 4 ones are 4, 4 ones are 4. We have to factor over here, and then we have to see if we have to add or subtract it, all right? So, let's see. So now, which number sign will be negative? Yeah, yeah. So that will be 4, all right? So we have to write minus 4 so that in the answer above also we get the same or get the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, so now we know that 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and what are the factors of 4? There are three factors. There is 2, there is 1, there is 3, there is 4, alright? 4 multiplied by 1 is 4, so we can potentially choose 4 to complete this. And now, now with what? You can't hear me. Basically, we have to choose between 4 and 1, with which we have to give the minus sign because potentially we have a minus sign over here. So there's going to be a minus sign in 4 or 1. So we know that whenever we want a minus sign, we have to choose a greater number. So as 4 is greater than 1, I will choose 4 and I will just bit this down. It is going to be 2y squared minus 4y minus y. You don't need to even write the 1, right? Minus y and then minus 2, 2y, y minus 1. if we take this is going to become y plus 2, right? So that's a problem because both of these brackets should be exactly the same. Now, Zainab, what should I do over here? It's a question for you. Yeah. So we're over here. So what we found out over here is that the factors were not matching at all. So in this case, what you have to do now, we have to make now for your ease, you can just write factors on the side so that you can just look out if for any errors. Now there is two twos. I cannot use two because already I did a silly mistake over here. If there was a five over here, then this would be very correct because minus minus means they both will add and 4 plus 1 is 5, so it is going to go minus 5 1. But as over here there is there is 3. I have to write this over here as plus so that they can minus, and then now I think everything should be correct. Yes, this is going to become positive, and then finally this is going to become negative. All right, this will become negative. Now we are just going to simplify this. 2y plus 1, y minus 2, and here, and that's your answer. All right. Now, another main concept we have to go through is complete square method. Now, why do we use complete square method? That's a question that many students can't answer, but I'll answer it for you. All right. So we have 10 minutes in the meeting. Okay, let me explain that in 10 minutes. Now, after you apply complete square method, you will get this form, all right? And in this form, you have to understand that what does H indicate you? H and K, all right? Now, if whatever the H and K represent, that is basically a point, all right? Now, let me explain you. So, like this point over here is basically the maximum or the minimum point, all right? Now, how will you know is it the maximum or the minimum point? A will tell you. Now, A is basically A is A will be a positive or a negative number. Now, if the A is greater than zero, that means it's a positive. If it's a positive, then that will be a minimum curve. Now, how does the minimum curve look like? Like this. Minimum curve looks like this, and you can also see this as a happy face, all right? So you can remember this as a happy face. And so it's a minimum, then it's a happy face. If it's a maximum, then it's a sad face, all right? Now, if the A is less than if the A is less than zero, that means it's negative, then the maximum curve is formed, and what the h comma k or the h comma k represents, or here the h comma k represents the maximum point in the maximum curve, and over here the h comma k represents the minimum point in a minimum curve. All right, so that's the basic scenario, and that's the basic concept you have to understand. All right, so let's continue. Now, what is it used for? It is used to find the maximum or the minimum point. Now you have to understand that is when you want to yeah, you will get this form, all right. Now what you have to do is that you cannot write h directly, all right. So basically x minus h is equal to 0. You have to take it is equal to 0 and x is equal to what h, then you will get the point, all right. So signs will change. Now let's see some examples over here. You open up some examples. Okay. So the first example is number one. First example is y square plus 12y minus 64. This will be the last question of the day because the meeting will not allow us to continue. So we have around 6 minutes. We can complete that. All right. So I remove it as equal to 0 because like it's going to create some problems for me. But I bring this directly, all right. So what you have to do first of all, you have to take a positive or a negative one common, all right. Now, in this case, you would take a one common, but sometimes there could be a two or a three or a four or a five. Then in that case, what you will do, you will take that common. The coefficient of y square, whatever is over here, it could be x squared, could be z squared, could be blah blah, anything square, right? The coefficient of the square should always be one. Alright. So in this case, I'll take one common. Alright. One common. Then y square plus 12y. Alright. Minus 64. Alright. Now, I also explain you how to complete those questions which have uh, non-one non-one coefficient. All right. So that will be in the next class, inshallah. All right. So let me just complete this. You have done. Now you have taken one common from this. There is no problem in doing that. All right, because if you multiply one with this, you're going to get the exact same form. All right. So now what you're going to do, you're just going to take this and what I call this, it is basically the the rough area. You can call it the rough area. Now, rough calculation area. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to write the exact same thing that is in the bracket. That is y square plus 12y. All right. Now, you have to bring this an a plus b square form. How are you going to do that? Let's see. Now, first of all, you should know that if you open this, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square already. Now, if I'm going a little fast, you can stop me. All right. So over here, you have to understand this that y square plus 12y y square y square plus 12y. Let, okay, let me screen appear again. Yeah. So now y square plus now we know that basically the a square is y square. Now what is the next part is plus 2ab. Now what is going to be plus 2ab, all right? So plus 2ab. Now a is y. Now what is b? B should be whatever it's written over here, divide by 2 because we have to cancel out both of them. Now let me show you that. So it is going to become 12 divided by 2, all right, and that is going to plus 12 divided by 2, 12 upon 2 square, right? Now what's going to happen over here? This 2 is going to cancel out this 2, and it's the equation is going to come back again, all right. Now we just have to put this in bracket y plus 6 square, all right? And you can just write this exactly over here, but there, the common mistake over here is that the students don't subtract what they add. All right, now you should know that. Let my screen pop up. Yeah, so you should know over here that this part will come back again to this part, but this is a part that we added. All right, so we have to subtract it again. All right, so basically, uh, you're just going to write 5 plus 6 square and then minus 64, and then basically what you have to do, you have to minus 6 squared as well. All right, minus 6 squared. So that's basically your complete square form right over there. It's minus 64 minus 36, and that is going to give you this answer. All right, y plus 6 square minus 100. So now what's your h that's over here? So just change the sign, all right? Always change the sign. This is going to be minus 6. And what's the here over here? It's minus 100. And is it a maximum or a minimum curve? Is it maximum or minimum curve? It is a minimum curve. Why? Because it's positive, all right? So this is a minimum point, all right? So this is a minimum point. All right. So I hope you guys understood. Yeah, less than 1 minute. You may send me your queries. JazakAllah.